Hello and welcome. My name is Sonveer Singh and I'm a chemistry faculty for IIT JEE Mains, Advanced and NEET. Today we are going to discuss about a very simple reaction known as Woj reaction. Woj reaction is very simple reaction but it involves some concepts from organic chemistry, physical chemistry as well as inorganic chemistry. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about only Woj reaction. What is the definition of Woj reaction, and what types of reaction mechanism has been proposed. Okay, so we are going to discuss about Woj reaction. So in Woj reaction, your substrate is Rx, which is present in dry ether, and dry ether is your solvent. Okay, and sodium metal, and your product is Rr plus NaX. In substrate Rx, X is fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, right? So Rx is known as alkyl halide. So what is the definition of Woj reaction? The definition of Woj reaction is reaction of alkyl halide in presence of dry ether and sodium is known as Woj reaction. So this is your Woj reaction. Now there are two types of mechanism that has been proposed. First is free radical mechanism. As the name suggests, free radical, so it involves a free radical, right? So let's understand how it is involving free radical. So in free radical mechanism, your first step is, as we all know, sodium is a metal, and according to one of the definition of metal, metal is something which gives electron, right? तो सोडियम ने अपना एक इलेक्ट्रॉन दे दिया. Now in the second step, this single electron is going to attack into the anti-bond of Rx, where halide is more electronegative than carbon, so it will take both the electron heterolytically and will form R dot plus X minus. Okay, where R dot is known as free radical. Okay, free radical having valence electron 7. So free radical has 7 valence electron, which is less than 8. Okay, now in the third and final step, this free radical is going to combine with another free radical via Fish-Hook bond and will form RR. Now guys, we have to understand three things over here, right? So we are going to discuss about three things. First is why electron is attacking into the anti-bond of Rx. Okay, so for this we are going to take help of MOT, inorganic chemistry, and from there we are going to define the bond order. So we all know the bond order formula. This is half of Nb minus Na. Now what is Nb and Na? So Nb is number of electron in bonding molecular orbital, BMO. Okay, now what is Na? Na is number of electron in anti-bonding molecular orbital. Right? So that's how we take help of MOT, and bond order formula is here. Now if number of electrons are increasing in anti-bonding molecular orbital, then you can clearly say your bond order is decreasing. And when bond order decreases, your bond strength also decreases. So that's why any attack that is going to happen or that is proceeding the reaction will always happen into the anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay. Now second thing is your bond anti-bonding molecular orbital ABMO must be vacant. Otherwise, it won't take upcoming electrons. Okay. So that's why always attack happens into the anti-bond of into the anti-bond, right? Nice. Okay. Now second thing is we are going to discuss is when two electrons are attacking, then we will represent it as arrow. Okay. or or this is known as double edge arrow. Okay. So this is your double edge arrow. Nothing wrong with this. When only one electron is going to attack, then we will represent it as a single edge arrow. Okay. I think everybody is know about this. So this is your single edge arrow, or sometimes we call it as fish hook bond. Why do we call it as a fish hook? Because it look like fish hook. हम लोग जनरली देखते हैं कि जो लोग मछली वगैरह पकड़ते हैं, फिशरमैन जो होते हैं, वो पॉन्ड, रिवर या फिर ओशियन में जब भी मछली पकड़ते हैं, तो दे ट्राई टू यूज दिस काइंड ऑफ सिंगल एज एरो, this type of hook, so which is known as fish hook. Okay. Now the third thing is, as we know that the free radical has 7 valence electron, and the definition of electrophile is anything which loves to have electrons is known as electrophile. Okay. Now the second period element has valence electron as 8. Now free radical has 7. So it wants to have one electron to complete it is as 8. Okay. According to this definition, we can say that free radical is an electrophile. But this is not true always, because free radical may act as carbocation electrophile as well as nucleophile. It totally depends on the group attached with free radical, right? Okay, but we are not going to in detail about this. How can we say that? But keep in mind always, free radical is not electrophile always. It can act as nucleophile also. It depends on group attached to free radical. Okay, these are the three things. Okay, one more thing. In the third step, free radicals are so energetic that they require zero activation energy. That's right. Free radical require nothing but zero activation energy to proceed. Right? So free radicals are highly energetic as compared to carbocation and carbanion. Okay, again this is based on, we can discuss this in very details, but it will make video very longer, so we are not going to discuss about this, why free radicals are highly energetic as compared to carbocation as well as carbanion. Okay, let me brief you again the free radical mechanism. In the first step, sodium is a metal, will give an electron. This one electron in the second step is going to attack into the anti-bond of Rx and will generate free radical having 7 valence electron. In the third step, free radical will combine with another free radical via fish hook or single edged arrow with requiring zero activation energy, guys, zero activation energy in gas phase, and in gas phase, and your product is RR. So this is your free radical mechanism. And next is we are going to discuss is ionic mechanism. Okay guys, so in ionic mechanism, your first step is when you are going to take two sodium atoms in solid state, they will get converted into 2Na plus gaseous state and provide two electrons. Now these two electrons are going to attack into the anti-bond of Rx and will produce R minus as well as X minus. So R minus is known as anion in general or carbanion when R is containing carbocation. So that's why carbanion, anion with carbon, negatively charged on carbon, right? In the third step we are going to do is this carbanion R minus is going to attack into the anti-bond of Rx, which is always present behind the bond, and your product is RR. So this is happening via SN2 mechanism. SN2 mechanism. And what is SN2? SN2 is bimolecular nucleophilic substitution reaction. Why do we call it substitution? Because we are replacing halide with carbon, R dot, alkyl, right? So let me brief you this ionic mechanism again. We take two sodium atoms, will release two electrons. These two electrons are going to attack into the antibond of Rx and will produce R minus, which is known as carbanion or anion. In the third step, this carbanion is going to attack into Rx with the help of SN2 mechanism. So this is your Wurtz reaction, right? I hope everything is clear to all of you, and we are going to discuss in details when we release a video completely about Wurtz reaction. Till then, bye bye.